I'm Average John, coming at you with another video of what I have watched this week. Now, this video was supposed to come out yesterday, but it didn't. I was celebrating with my family for the 4th of July. It's a hectic schedule, so I decided to postpone that video till today. So today is what was supposed to come out yesterday. So today I've got Warrior Nun Season 1. It's on Netflix right now. I know it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, but trust me, I am. I'm looking at the script that's right next to me too. That's the blue that's showing up in my glasses. But, okay, so a couple things first. About Warrior Nun is I like the short season. I like the short season of this. 8 and 10 episodes is a delight. It's a delight. I love it. Because I can't really stand seasons, like a season of any kind that are up to 24 episodes from running. I'm looking at you, Arrow. I love all the DC stuff, but like 24 episodes, I'm like counting down the episodes to when the season ends. I like to watch the season, maybe watch a couple movies, take a little break, then go back to the second season, and so forth. So I love the 8 to 10 episodes around there. Now, another good thing is I tend to mostly float towards like indie titles and stuff, so kind of like a hipster, I guess. But just a little bit exploring, discovering things for myself that aren't really new. That's the worst way to put that. Discovering things for myself that I think aren't new, and stuff that is really good. And season 2 is coming around. It doesn't have a release date yet, so it's gonna come out. It's like people are saying hopefully in 2022, so hopefully next year, or maybe the year after that, 2023. Hopefully it's the latter. Hopefully it's 2022. Man, those are the good things. Now, one bad thing, this might be because it's a new show, and maybe these things are explored more in season 2, is that it introduces so many stories that just kind of abandoned by the end of the season. Now, maybe it's because they're exploring more of it in season 2, but yeah. So anyway, I held my attention throughout. But anyway, let's go to the cast. I'm sorry if I mispronounce any of these names. But you have Alba Bautista as Ava Sylvia, Toya Turner as Shotgun Mary, Christina Tonterri-Young as Sister Beatrice, Lorena Andrea as Sister Lilith, Tristan Uloa as Father Vincent, Sekla Rutan as Julian Salvius, Olivia Delkin as Sister Camilla, Joaquin de Almeida as Cardinal Duretti, Peter D. Jersey as Christian Schaefer, Lope Hayden Evans as Michael Salvius, Sylvia D. Fonte as Mother Superior, Emilio Sicuraya as JC, William Miller. William Miller has Adriel. Dimitri Bold has Randall. May Lifshitz as Chanel. As Charlotte Vega as Zoe. Guillermo Alonso as Arilla, and Melina Matthews as Sister Shannon. Okay. Now I'm on to the series. I want to talk about the series, so this is spoiler territory. So I suggest heavily that if you don't want anything spoiled for you, go watch Warrior Nun. Like I said, it's on Netflix. It's really good. I would suggest you pause this video, watch it, and then come back to this video and watch the rest of this. And that's what I would suggest. Alright, so hopefully you clicked out the video by this time. But yeah, so here's the first episode. War, sacrifice, demons. Everyone is running around. No one knows what to do. Someone has been killed. Everyone is screaming. Everyone is screaming. Fighting is just breaking out. Hell is coming. A strange device handed to a nun. A halo. She needs to hide it. Where to hide it? A dead girl. That'll be perfect. Only one problem. Subject. This halo makes the dead girl alive. But how? Does the girl who killed herself deserve a chance to live? Where did the halo even come from? Did it come from the battles outside? The name of Sister Sin comes in. A woman who was hit with this metal called divinium. What is divinium? What does it do? And how does it affect this Sister Shannon? So many questions. How does Ava, the dead girl, how did she get revived? And how is she not quadriplegic anymore? And how can she walk? What is the deal with Ava? How does Ava get revived? You know, was it the right place, the right time? She doesn't know it. But she doesn't accept our life. She doesn't accept the life of fighting. So it's up to two people, Shaka Mary and Sister Lilith, to help convince her to help in the horrible fight. They don't want to lose anyone else. Everyone's all over the place. All over the town. She escapes the church. And she finds a club and she just starts dancing. She just starts dancing, drinking, getting dehydrated, throwing up. Still human. Living. What else could she? She was a quadriplegic, an orphan in a foreign country. Her parents were killed in an auto accident. So lonely. Then she runs into JC and his crew. Well, she almost drowns in the pool and JC saves her, but she meets JC and his crew, Randall, Chanel, and Zoe. They're borrowing the house. And also the actual owners are on vacation. The gang is full of opportunists. Meanwhile, Psycho Mary gets to thinking that maybe Sister Shannon getting killed was planned. he would, and what would be gained by killing Sister Satan. We cut to the crew going to the dance club, where Ava takes a little pill called E, or ecstasy. And she keeps dancing, and then it's all like, I'm gonna use the bathroom. And all that. So she goes, and she sees two people that have overdosed in the bathroom. She also sees two demons. Two demons coming out of them. She runs in terror. She has no idea what to do. No one else does. Ava just passes out. And that's the end of episode 1. Episode 2, Ava wakes up after passing out. Back at the church. What happened? How is she back here? She's surrounded by people. Surrounded by Shotgun Mary, Sister Liz, Sister Beatrice, and Father Vincent. What she saw back there before she passed out was a very powerful demon. A Tarrasque. One that can not be killed, but is tethered to Earth and tethered to Hell. So it can always be transported back to Hell. When the Tarrasque attacks again, Ava sees this has her chance to get away again. And she does. She runs. She runs back to JC, the boy of her dreams. She just wants to get away. Now listen, Warrior Nun and Destiny shit. They find out that architect that provides great scientific studies and technologies Southern Galilee at night. So they plan to go. And go they do. They break in backstage to play with all of their toys. And like a wheelchair that is controlled by only their mind. Arctic is also working on a portal of some sort. As the head of this company, Julia Salvius, has a few holy artifacts with the Divinium. She also has like a holy shield which lights up when Divinium is near. So when Ava is there, and stays there for a long time after they escape, so Julian knows that they're there. Another demon appears randomly, but Ava is alone. Shotgun Mary and Sister Lilith are after her though, so Shotgun Mary shoots it. Ava sends it away, and again, Ava gets captured by the church. Now Ava is going to church, hopefully to train and become a warrior nun. So she takes a tour of the church and compares to the statues to Liam Neeson. Father Vincent continues showing her around and attempts to tell her about the halo and about the first warrior nun, Arella, who existed during the First Crusade. She had fallen in battle, but the power of the halo revived her. The power of Adriel's halo revived her and started the chain of warrior nuns. Father Vincent also tells Ava about Tarrasque and Wraith demons. Now, Wraith demons that cannot harm you, that can easily take over someone's mind, and that someone can harm you. Now, while this is going on, Shotgun Mary is still investigating the death of Sister Shannon. She starts to believe that the day on the docks where Sister Shannon was killed, that was all planned. Maybe the architect rigged the deck, and the deck to explode to achieve the Divinium from the halo to continue building the ark. And they had the help of weapon stealer named McCready. Maybe Shotgun Mary. Not maybe. Shotgun Mary does kill McCready because she assumes that too. Now Ava is still training and she's extending her limits. She can now levitate. She can already heal. She already had a great power and great defense that she didn't know how to use any of that. And she also learned some powers that are particular to the Halo wearer. This nun named Mother Superior is advising everything. Ava also learns that if divinium is used against her, divinium is basically her kryptonite, she'll have a hard time. She can be around it, but if she's attacked with it, she's done. Now, according to official records, she did kill herself, overdosed on pain pills when she turned 18. Ava knows that she isn't well liked because she is a sinner. The nuns don't have to deal with her long because, guess what? She runs away again. Alright. And that's the end of episode 3. So, I'm going to go to episode 4. Now, Ava tries to run away and not live this whole saver life, but she can't help it when a lady is followed by 2 men who go into an alley. As she follows the woman, and eventually she realizes that the woman is part of their crew, and she stabs her, tries to rob her, and then runs away. Ava's parents feels of sorry, I wrote the first part of the script, and the rest are all notes. I don't know why I said it. But eventually, JC does find Ava, and JC and his gang are moving because Dr. Salvius did find them. Because he found them last episode. She found him looking at the security camera and realizing that they broke in. She's looking for Ava. Ava finds, JC finds Ava the next day and goes with her. She now helps Ava find a clean shirt because hers is covered with blood. The gang obviously wants to drop Ava because people are looking for her. And they're the type of people that will find her wherever she goes. There's the war between science and religion. There's this man who wants to become Pope, whose name is Cardinal Duretti. Cardinal Duretti is no longer going back to Rome. He was helping oversee things for a little bit at the church in Spain. But he is not going back to Rome. He's going to stay to help things out here. Of course, JC and Ava are being followed. But back at the thing, Shotgun Mary finds the secret compartment. It's Sister Sandy's room. It's a room that only Sandy could use, only a Warrior Nun could use. You have to face into it, face 2 walls. Shotgun Mary confesses to Father Flinson about killing McCready. And then we come back to JC and Ava. JC stole Businessman's wallet and gum. And basically how he travels is he'll take a piece of gum, store it aboard, wherever the gum lands, he goes. Now the sisters are again breaking the Arctic to get the Holy Remnants back, especially the Holy Seal. The motto is, this life or the next, meaning that if they die, they'll see each other in the resurrected life. Now it turns out that Sister Francine, who was the one that oversaw Ava when she was in the orphanage, she kills people when they age out of that system. So as soon as someone turns 18, if they can't work or anything, she just kills them. And the sisters' meeting place, the sisters are also known as a team called the Order of the Cruciform Sword. Their meeting place is in the Cat's Cradle, that's what it's called. Now, Lara's trip in the Arctic. Dr. Salvius melting the holy artifacts with the divinium to help build her portal to heaven. Back to church, Sister Francine believes that she is a savior and not a killer. Now back at the church is back at the orphanage because Ava goes back to the orphanage to save Diego before she kills Diego. Sister Francine begs for her life, then stabs Ava with a syringe, which poisons her, but doesn't kill her. But Ava does kill Francine, and Diego runs out. And the order, they took the shuttle base at Arctic, and there's this like portal to heaven, more like a portal to hell. And Sister Lilith and Ava, they run into each other. That ends episode 4. Now episode 5. A Shotgun Mary. Sister Lilith and Ava, they start to fight each other, so Shotgun Mary stops that, actually saves Ava from Sister Lilith. And Ava just runs. Maybe Ava and JC are going on boat to Lisbon. But there's so what Arctic is making is a quantum portal. And making it out of Vinium, and it transports a person to a realm where death doesn't exist. Maybe it's the portal to heaven. Maybe it's the portal to hell. Who knows? Now the thing is not built. It's not ready yet. Now, Father Vincent lets Arctic do their thing in exchange for the shield of faith. Cardinal Duretti threatens to remove Father Vincent if he doesn't comply. Now, Sister Liz and Shotgun Mary may have the problems, but they're sisters. Ava Sylvia, Ava Sylvia. Her first name's Ava, last name's Sylvia. Still not forthcoming. And the Vatican takes a shield of faith. And it's discovered that maybe Cardinal Duretti is separating the church. Cardinal Duretti is trying to separate the church. He offers Sister Beatrice a place at the Vatican. Sister Beatrice doesn't want to leave the church. She says she is faithful to God, not the people. Now, back to JC and Ava. JC and Ava, they're going to Lisbon. Remember, they have postcards of where they might be going afterwards. They got 3 postcards. One is to Cologne, Germany. The other one is to Grand Place. And another one is to the Blue Grotto. Now, Psycho Mary and Sister Lilith are meeting Ava at the docks. But she doesn't know that. Ava doesn't know that. Psycho Mary and Sister Lilith used to be good friends until Shane got the halo. And Sister Lilith was supposed to be the one to get the halo, but Sister Shane got it. And Sister Shane died, so she was supposed to get the halo then, but then Ava got it. Now Ava and JC, of course, are doubling back, hiding in a bathroom supply closet because they're not on the boat legally. And of course, they make out in the bathroom supply closet, implying that they do it. But yeah, but no one would survive a war between the church, architect, and hell. Psycho Mary and Sister Lilith fighting because Sister Lilith just wants to kill Ava. Psycho Mary believes that she deserves a chance. She is just a scared little girl. Yeah. But Sister Lilith is deadly, so Psycho Mary kind of handcuffs Sister Lilith to a bathroom handicap bar, or bathroom handicap handrail. It's revealed that Julian Salvius, sick child, maybe it's making a portal for him. And Psycho Mary finds Ava. Sister Lilith breaks free. Ava and JC just continue to run away. They port somewhere. They just run off. Until they run into a warehouse. Sister Lilith knocks out JC and tries to take the halo away from Ava. But Psycho Mary jumps in the middle of it, saves Ava. But then the Tarrasque teleports in. And Sister Lilith sacrifices herself for Ava. And Ava takes the sword, kills Tarrasque. And JC's looking at Tarrasque and he's like, what the hell is that? And Ava just grabs the sword and runs away. That's the end of episode 5. So, episode 6 starts, and I start drinking water. Tasty water. Anyway, Psycho Mary gets a picture drawn of Ava. She kind of goes around saying, no, have you seen this person? Have you seen this person? Sister Lilith is presumed killed, presumed dead. Ava is thinking that Psycho Mary is using reverse psychology on her to get back to the church because Ava is just still fast walking, at least away from Psycho Mary. And think it's fast healing because eventually they do kind of work stuff out, and then at the last minute, Shaka Mary pushes Ava off a cliff. And that's just comedic because she can heal really fast. Shotgun Mary's mother was in prison for life when she was 8 years old. So Shotgun Mary grew up as an orphan, and after that, and after that she found the church and found Father Vincent. So this was was just a bitch to Shotgun Mary. But even though she was still his sister. Ava doesn't want the halo. She makes that perfectly clear. She doesn't want to be a warrior nun. But she doesn't want to get rid of the halo either. It's the thing that brought her back to life. And it's like maybe Sister Lilith wasn't killed. Because the halo doesn't really kill, it just transports. Shotgun Mary takes Ava to a village. Eruption of evil happened in the village like last year. Maybe Carnot's ready to exorcise the demons, just bringing the demons along and everything. Then we learned the Pope is dying and Cardinal Duty wants to be the next Pope. Ava prays to God. As I keep fighting in the church. And there appears to be a leak next to her where the water drops onto the statue of I think Mary. She's crying. But then she notices the leak in the roof. So Ava just still believes in science. We meet the father of this church, Father Rocco. And the town appreciates Ava and Shotgun Mary. In fact, let me decline this. Should I use my watch? Sorry. I don't know why I'm still saying sorry. But the town disappears every day, every morning. It seems like, but they don't really disappear, they're just watching the sunrise. They call it Feliz de Nuevo. They watch every sunrise, they light the sunrise every day. They're still alive. And one of the guys is like, he talks to Ava, who's just like, I haven't found who I am at all. I'm searching. And he says, searching for oneself takes a lifetime. Life is what happens in between. And that's true. And Ava asked Shotgun Mary, she's like, how do you get all these people to do stuff for you? And how do you exist in the church and stuff? And she's like, oh, when you have value, you have control. And then, of course, there's a race demon who comes into town. He mind controls some guy in a pastry shop. Ava is told to get violent to get the wraith out, and the wraith is killed. Now Ava is staying in the town where they are selling Shotgun Mary. She's going back to the church, and she asks why his sister Beatrice, I think, is Ava coming? So, Shotgun Mary's like, no, but she will. That's the end of episode 6. Now we get to episode 7. It's like maybe Lilith transported with Trask. Maybe important questions. But Ava Sylvia goes to Arctic to find out more about what she can do. Because she wants a meeting with Julian Salvius. No, she goes to Arctic and lets Julian Salvius science her. Not saying if she's powerful enough to power up the Ark or anything. Now, meanwhile, Christian Duretti is bringing changes to the church, and switching up positions. He's sending Father Vincent to Florida since Sister Beatrice denied the job at the Vatican. He's sending her to I think Morocco. But we learn that Kristen Schaefer is Julian Salvis's kind of like henchman or number 2, basically. And Sister Beach is gone to Malaysia, not Morocco. Oh man, silly me, that was only a few lines down. Anyway, Ava Sylvia is unknowingly being tested as a power source for the portal that Julian Salvius is creating. She also finds out that Julian Salvius has a son, and his name is finally revealed to us. His name is Michael. But Julian wasn't supposed to have a child, but she did. She did through like a divinium or whatever. Now he needs divinium to survive. We are introduced to his sister Camilla. And we learn that Shotgun Mary is being kicked out. And his sister's has a secret room in her room, accessible to the naked eye. Now the Ark, of course, we know it's a portal that leads to a dimension where death does not exist. However, it needs energy to remain stabilized. Now we go back to the church where Shotgun Mary, Sister Beatrice, and Father Vincent break into the cat's cradle to get evidence that Duretti is obsessed with power and is responsible for Sister Shannon's death. Now, Sister Beatrice runs into them and she is packing up and she's going. And she tells them that there's a small door in the back of the crypt. And she also tells them to go the long way around the east wing. Now, she doesn't participate. She's kind of mad, but she isn't joining them. And that'd still be wrong. And we find that Ava Sylvia. Alright, we go back to Ava, who's still looking for answers. Kristen Schaefer as number 2, no longer with the church because he noticed that nobody got the miracles they prayed for. And he says, it's better to put faith in ourselves and trust those that earned it. Now we head back to the church, and they suspect that maybe Cardinal Duretti killed Sister Shannon. Why, who knows, but we know that Sister Shannon talked to Cardinal Duretti before she died. So they go to the armory, and you learn that the armory cannot be accessed without Mother Superior's permission. It turns out that Shotgun Mary led Ava to the church to kind of like save her from all this. In this room on the other side of the crypt where a shiny object is in a book. Now they didn't realize this, but they get Ava who can pace through to that secret room. Because the book has writings from every warrior nun who has ever existed. Shotgun Mary. First is one of the warrior nuns that came with Colonel Duretti, Sister Simpson. And Sister Beatrice comes in and she kicks the crap out of Sister Simpson. And Ava's halo just explodes, killing dozens and sending her flying. She goes crashing to the ground and she can't move. She is fully drained. And the Sister Camilla to start shooting wildly, distracted one while Shotgun Mary, Sister Beatrice, Father Vincent get Ava out of there. And it's announced that the Pope is dead. So voting for the new Pope now begins. And that ends episode 7. So now, take another sip of water, and we'll go to episode 8. Alright, episode 8. You have Ariana, who is the first warrior nun. Excuse me. And Ariana was the first warrior nun. Ariana was given the halo by the angel Adriel. And it's learned that Adriel's tomb radiates power, and it's under the Vatican and belongs to the Vatican, which is why Cardinal Duretti wants to rule, so they can find Adriel's tomb. Adriel's bones, they control demons in the Vatican. They knew about it, and they just kept it hidden. So maybe with the Vatican and controlling the darkness, there's always a light. As long as there is darkness, people will always seek the light. If bones are removed, however, and what happened to religion or anything? Architect in the Order of the Cruciform Sword. Why did I say storm? I don't know. Start working together, maybe. And maybe Angel's bones can actually power the Ark. They need mapping of the tombs under the Vatican. So it's only ever been mapped out by one person, Medici. So Father Vincent and Sister Shotgun Mary go searching for Medici's maps. While Ava trains the face through a 20-foot wall, so they're training her and Sister Beatrice are architect right now. She doesn't have enough energy to go through it, but they're practicing to get through it. Sister Lilith eventually returns, so she was transported to hell, though. She has a hellish halo. Anyway, with the blocks in the wall, Ava explains the blocks in the wall after some time face through them feel like they are closing in on her and trying to occupy the space again. And Father Vincent, Shotgun Mary, go to the center with a photographic memory. His name is Esteban. It turns out that Father Vincent was very hood back in the day. Like, he has tattoos, he's all badass and everything. Now Ava, back at the back at Architect, Ava says that she also feels lost halfway through the box. So Julie gives her a microphone and GPS tracker so Sister Beatrice can help her. Now, Ava doesn't know what to say to Sister Liz. Ava doesn't know what to say to Sister Liz. When she returns, she goes to the hospital room, not like dehydrating stuff, but she doesn't know what to say to her. She sacrificed herself. Now, Sister Liz was a Warrior Nun in World War II. She was in the camps in the Holocaust. She was not Jewish, but she was gay. Or as Germans would say it, she was lesbian. And she got caught because she drew a holy sword. She drew the holy sword in a pub and killed a few Nazi officials. And then she returned to camp after she broke out and went to the pub. No, her halo basically exploded. And Ava responds to the story by saying, Nazis suck balls. And they do suck balls, they do. Now, Ava is taught that maybe tapping into your soul can extend halo energy from a list. And Sister Beatrice says to her, when it punished for being different, you begin to hate who you are. So maybe Sister Beatrice is lesbian. Maybe. It's not totally revealed or anything. It's just a guess. Maybe Ava and Sister Beatrice started like a secret relationship or something. I don't know. Psycho Mary and Violet Vincent breaking into someone's house and stealing a Medici map. Father Vincent is just like, well, if the bones get destroyed, and darkness is destroyed, but will my darkness still remain? And Sister Camelot is helping Sister Liz, reviving her with a whiskey, prayer, and sweet novelty. But what happens to the OCS now after all this? The Order of the Cruciform Sword. It doesn't matter, they'll still exist, but Sister Liz starts hurting and peeling off the scabs on her stomach and reveals a halo. The tomb of Adriel is found. And Ava is now somehow talking with Sister Sin in a dream. And says the halo is burnt, you live, and you get to watch all your friends die. So Ava is just like, I'm going to store out the divinium and become the last warrior nun. Also break the chain of all these men having power over weak women. That's what she says. So that ends episode 8. And we go on to episode 9. Where they're breaking into the Vatican to get the Angel's tomb to destroy his bones and destroy the darkness. So they trust Ava Sylvia as a nun, and they tell us to conserve her power. Now they're going on the path of least resistance. Sister Lilith is still recovering. She's a bit spotty though. She's got Blackie or whatever. She just keeps transplanting little by little. Sister Mary and the rest of the order splitting up for this mission. Sister Liz has transported out of Arctic. Now, Psycho Mary, she did have a chance to kill Drury earlier, but she didn't. The crypts that they're going to get the Angel's tomb, they're literally called Necropolis, or the City of the Dead. And Mother Presbyterian randomly shows up and kicks Sister Crimson's butt The sister comes in a group with Cardinal Tonterri, of course. Mother Supreme starts protecting Ava, and Ava notices a scar on her back. Turns out that Mother Supreme was supposed to be the Halo bearer, but the Halo rejected her, so she has the scar. And the bells start ringing. The bells start ringing. They just let them know that hey, it's time to start doing this. Sister Beatrice, she blows up part of the wall. The bells disguise the noise. Angel's tomb should be dead ahead because they have a decent map now. And even Sylvia can do this. Now, they're just like, well, mainly Eva chooses flight, not fight, but she's trying to be different. And Sister Liz, she transports to Ava last second to try to stop Ava. And she's like, let the dead rest, don't disturb Adriel. Now, Mother Supreme, Father Vincent, they run into Sister Crimson again. Sister Liz finds them first before going to Ava, and she just kills Sister Crimson. Sister Beatrice measuring wall, questioning Ava. She's got her earpiece. She's got the GPS tracker. She's got a friend by her side. Sister Liz finds Ava right before she tries to phase in Angel's tomb. And Ava Sylvia is about to shoot Sister Liz, but doesn't want Ava to succeed. Psycho Mary calms Sister Liz down. And they're like, this life or the next. Like always. That's their motto. And so Ava faces the wall. They find that there's a trust of an Indian skeleton in the wall. And she's like, an angel's bones allow trust to be on Earth permanently. So they're no longer tethered to hell. Ava and Sister Beatrice, they lose signal on each other, so Sister Beatrice doesn't know what Ava's doing. But Ava does make it to inside his tomb. And what Ava finds, Ava doesn't find Adriel's bones. Because she finds Adriel. That is the end of episode 9. Of course, I'm taking another drink of water. Alright. You made it this far in the video. You made it 53 minutes in. Then I'm going to reward you with episode 10. This episode 10 is the last episode. So Adriel knows Ava. She kind of looks like the first Warrior Nun, Arella. Now Adriel is immortal, Cardinal Tonterri. He wins the vote and he becomes the Holy Father. And it turns out that Sister Liz was just trying to help. But Ava can do the save again. Now we go back to Arctic. What's Michael Sylvius doing? He realizes it's almost time for him to go. Now the portal's almost powered up. Come back to Angel's tomb. Turns out that it's his case. He's been enclosed in here. And the halo is his. They kept Adriel in the tomb. With him in the tomb, Faith will continue to exist. And it tells Ava, you take control of your destiny. Adriel can see the world through his armor. And of course, he was just like, so alone. Angel's like, we don't have to be alone anymore. And back at Arctech, Kristen discovers Michael's room is full of pictures drawn by Michael of the Ark. And back at the tomb, Ava wants to end the chain of warrior nuns, of all women getting abused by men, and she wants to give Adriel back the halo. And Ava's been there for a long time, and with no communication, so Sister Liz and Sister Beecher start placing the charges. And in the story, Ariel almost dies, and Adriel comes just in time to save her. And he deals with Trask, and Adriel transfers the halo to Aurelia, so he revives her. Turns out Adriel is no angel. Not an angel. What is he then? And he says there's no right or wrong, just complexities. Now, it turns out Adriel did plan his escape. And the Ark is powering up with divine will. The portal closed with Michael going through it, Julia not. So now she's not around her son. Now, Sister Beatrice, Sister Liz, blow up the walls to get Ava. Ava is alive and still has the halo. But also Adriel is still alive, and that's what he actually planned for. He wants to escape his tomb. Now Adriel said he's not an angel, but he's a devil. Now, Ava can't kill Sister Liz. Adriel can't kill Sister Liz because he has been on the other side. Basically managed to been to help him back. And it turns out that Father Vincent was helping out Adriel the entire time. And he was the one that killed Sister Shannon. But they can deal with that after they deal with Adriel. Sister Camilla shows up. But they didn't need to kill Adriel in that moment. They just needed 7 minutes to recharge the halo. Now Adriel summons demons for a huge battle. And everyone's just like, his life for the next. And Shaka Mary's like, nah, fuck that. In this life. And then big battle starts, and then season ends. Yep, it's a cliffhanger for season 2. Alright. But now, the rest of my thoughts on this, story at the end. There's still a little spoilers. I don't like cliffhangers that much for the end of the first season. I mean, I will watch season 2. I will. But I don't like cliffhangers for the first season, just like I don't like cliffhangers for the first movie. So, because it's hard to tell if it's going to succeed or not, so you're leaving the story hanging. And I think the first of anything should be a complete story, honestly. But that's just my only gripe with this. I love it. I'm obviously going to see season 2 when it releases next year in 2023. But what did you guys think of the season? What do you guys think of Warrior Nun so far? I think it's really badass, honestly. I think it's one of the best new shows that I've watched. Of course, I say it so far, but I just really love it. I just really love it. And what did you guys think? Post your opinions down in the comments below. He was the most badass character in the series. I'm still going to say Shaka Mary's just has that attitude or whatever, that personality about her. And a lot of people were saying Sister Lilith. And I go for either that. The four that I chose: Shotgun Mary, Sister Lilith, Sister Beatrice, and Aphel, of course. So, who do you think? Post that in the comments below. You can reach me here. You can reach me on any of my socials. My Instagram's at TRIPL3XXXMayhem. My Twitter is at Real Average John. My Facebook is at Official Average John. If you just want to reach out to me or anything, whatever, you can reach me at those. And those are in the description down below as well. So, without further ado, I will see you guys on Saturday.